guys? Welcome back to Brothers in Beskar. This is Matt.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to be talking about kind of a slew of things inside of Star Wars and outside of Star Wars. So what did you want to touch on first?
What are we hitting on? Rings of Power, Agatha. Is that it?
I feel like we're missing something.
I mean, I watched The Penguin, but
Oh, yeah.
it's not that important.
It wasn't worthy to...
We'll just start there then. How about that?
Yeah, because I didn't watch it.
It was good. It's basically a full intro to probably how Penguin's going to become Penguin, as you know from DC in the comics. Basically starts as a nobody that gets into, I guess, pretty much trying to make himself popular, and the head mob boss type person.
Falcone?
Pretty much. Kind of how Gotham took Penguin, where he's at the bottom, moved on up, or at least he tried to. But this iteration, he's kind of already up there. He's one of like the top
crime bosses,
muscle men, like that. And you just, I don't want to get too much into it because if you watch it, I don't want to spoil really anything crazy. But it's definitely a graphic take on Batman villain, which I think for the most part they're going to be graphic.
It is Amazon, so
it's Max.
I thought it was Amazon.
It's HBO.
Oh,
HBO show. So think of Game of Thrones type stuff, and
never watched it.
I've watched like half of it and then lose interest and can never finish it. But
I just don't understand the hype. Like, I know as soon as I watch it, I'll get hooked, but like I'm kind of dreading that day.
Like I said, it held my attention for probably about half of all their seasons and then ran out. Yeah, I'll keep watching Penguin, see what else it gets into. You got nothing else to do. It's like an hour.
Okay. So I guess we'll keep it remotely close. We'll gradually go back into Disney. So next, I want to talk about Rings of Power. So I got done, and you got done watching episodes 1 through 6. So like I told you, episode 1 does like a quick recap and a prequel to the first season because it shows you what Sauron did before he ended up in the water with the Southland?
Well,
something like that. He pretended to be a king.
From Numenor.
Yeah.
And yeah, he took the little trinket off the old guy, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was a dead guy. I mean, he took it off the dead guy.
At the beginning of the episode, like, all you see is this blonde elf, and you're like, wait, I'm pretty sure last season, like, Halbrand / Sauron was like a brunette, curly-haired, Aragorn-looking guy. And then it's like, no, this is a flashback. And then the fact that they show, like, Adar, like, the way they show him as, like, a Uruk, which is like a kind of like a primitive species of Uruk-hai, kind of like how the Harfoots are basically going to be hobbits eventually. Like, I think it's very cool. Also, this season really touches on Gandalf. Oh, okay, sorry, it's not Gandalf.
No, he's a stranger.
He's the stranger. I think the twist is he's actually going to be Saruman, but that's just my take.
But I mean, just jumping around, but that dark wizard, he looks like Saruman. He's got the white and the black.
But Sauron wasn't always the Dark Wizard.
Well, I know, but he could be lying, I mean, he's a dark wizard. He's going to lie. Because I restarted watching The Hobbit last night. And Saruman in that looks pretty much exactly like this dark wizard.
And was he already bad in?
No, he was... I watched the first one about halfway through the second one. I've seen all three. I don't remember what he does, because there's a necromancer, and I don't know if that's Sauron or if that's him. That's why I'm rewatching it, trying to refresh my memory. But I want to say because even up until the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf thought he was his friend. He went to him, and that's when he basically like, no, you need to join Sauron as he's the best. And I think he's been lying to Gandalf this whole time, pretending to be good, but really secretly trying to help bring Sauron back.
The old Christopher Lee tactic.
Yeah, he's always a bad guy.
Yeah, he's always a bad guy. Good bad guy. Always good bad guy. Yeah, but honestly, my favorite thing about the season is they introduced my favorite like character lore wise, like in actual live action, and that's Tom Bombledy. Like he is essentially, they don't explain it in the show, but he's pretty much like, if you convert it like biblically, he's essentially like one of God's angels, right? Like that's why he says he's the eldest. He was there when Middle Earth was created. Like when the world was there, he was already there tending to the world of Middle Earth. So like him kind of like guiding the wizards, but kind of seems like a very fitting role for what he should be doing. And he's very like OP. He's very overpowered, but he's like one of those humble types, like the Bindu. You know, like the Bindu can do whatever he wants, but he doesn't get involved. And like it was really cool seeing that. It was interesting seeing a different race of Harfoot / Hobbit. I forgot what they were called. The Burrowers?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not like I just have a bad memory.
But it's good to see them come together because you take the Harfoots who are always wandering.
Yeah.
They're blending into their environment. And you take the other ones who are like, oh, no, look, you get a spot and you stay there. That's your home. This is how your home is. And to see them kind of take those two, at least those two, there could be more too eventually. Probably. I think it's like a 5-season thing they want to do. But to take that and kind of mold it to what the hobbits are that you see in the movies.
Yeah, they all just blend together.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of everything. And even like the race of men, how they're blended. You can see the Numenor side, and then you can see the Wildland side basically, and how some of those mix in where you get the Rangers and Gondor, Rohan, like
Gondor is probably
it's Numenor.
Numenor, yeah.
They're gonna just jumping around, but the dad of Isildur.
Yeah.
I wish he was Isildur. Because he looks like Aragorn.
Well,
how Viggo Mortensen was Aragorn, he looks just like Isildur. Just looks like this random dude they just threw in.
And Isildur, and he's the one that cut off the finger.
Yes,
like
but
big deal.
He's been no part of this show. He played a little part in the first season, and he played a little part in the second season so far. Unless he has this big thing coming up in the next 2 episodes, I haven't seen where he's that important. But his dad, I mean, he's got a whole arc of being almost like a king, but not really. I mean, he looks like a king, but I don't know. That's one of my little nitpicks is Isildur. He's just kind of like thrown in there for a namesake, it feels like.
And I think they just like some parts of like the Numenor plot line is just like when what's her face had like the crystal ball like that you saw in, was it Two Towers or Return of the King? I think it was Return of the King. No, it was Two Towers.
Yeah. Well, you saw it in I think all of them. You saw Saruman using it.
Yeah, and then
when Pippin and them got it.
Yeah.
Return of the King.
So it was very cool to see it being used for something, not intentionally bad, but like good. You know,
it shows a future basically.
Yeah, that uncle is a total like d-bag though.
Even you mean the Jack Black looking guy?
Yeah. What a terrible uncle.
Him and his son is horrible. I hate that
his
character.
son? Yeah,
when he stabbed someone in the back after he whooped you.
I was so upset.
I knew it was coming. I'm like, they're setting all that up. He's gonna die.
I didn't.
And I'm just like, seriously? You could have just let him live. He was cool. I like that character.
I think Isildur's dad is probably gonna be my favorite character.
Oh, he's one of my favorite.
Like the
ones.
captain.
Him and
Arondir.
Arondir, whatever the elf. The elf that barely gets any screen time, and he's like top 2 with him and Legolas. Like
they're like the same.
Pretty much. He's not as good of a shot as Legolas, I don't think, but it's just some of his hand-to-hand combat stuff. His very limited screen time is.
That reminds me too. I really liked that they introduced Ents this early in the series.
Yeah,
because I like Ents. They're cool.
I mean, they're bringing in all kinds of stuff, and I think a lot of people don't like it. Probably doesn't match up exactly to the exact timeline,
it's not good.
But it's a good story. Like
it's a great story.
I had to convince you to watch it.
You did. You
didn't want to watch it.
I'm like hooked. And we're not even talking about another plot line that's really great, and that's just like everything about the dwarves. And then even then, like Celebrimbor and like him and the rings, like that whole like past couple of episodes has just been crazy. Like the king Durin just goes crazy because he's wearing the ring, and it's like literally mirrors Fellowship at the beginning when he's like, it's making you crazy. Take it off. I don't want to take it off.
Yeah. You know? Well, and he wasn't even wearing it. Like he just had it there. Where
Bilbo,
that's like the one ring is that powerful that it just has to be there, and it influences you. Where these other ones, they had to wear it, and then it would start influencing them. And I thought it was interesting to see that he did use elves to help build it.
That's the point.
But I mean, I don't remember correctly, but it always just seemed like Sauron just built them all himself.
So far it's been like 98 like lore accurate to the books, because Celebrimbor was the one that forged the rings with the help of Sauron, not knowing impartially to Sauron. So basically, well, it's not in any of the books. It's kind of just like lore based,
like in the appendix.
Yeah,
which is what the show's kind of they pull from,
pretty much.
But I don't remember much from the books. Like I know I read them, but that was probably 15 years ago. I don't want to quote like something that may be wrong, but I'm like almost positive that the only difference is in the books, Celebrimbor knew earlier on, and I guess he still doesn't know now, that Halbrand, or whatever name he's going by, Atar, so he knew halfway through it was Sauron. And at that point, he was being like forced to forge the rings for men, and then the ring for himself, which he forged. Well, which they might still get to, because he didn't want to do the men one, and then he just kept convincing. He was like, "Well, you've done this already. You've already done this."
And then he's like, "I'll do it myself." And he's like, man, I can't figure it out. If only we knew."
And then
a genius.
Like, oh man, how do we not use enough use the right?
They use too much mithril,
whatever, and it's like, well, maybe if you no. I guess I'll help. Basically,
he coaxed him into it.
It guilts him into helping and controlling them, and I do like how it shows that side of Sauron, because
manipulative.
At least from the movies, you just think he's just some random
evil
dude.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think he's a witch, warlock, whatever you want to call him. Basically, elf, witch, whatever it is that is just super, super powerful. Like, now you can see why they're all afraid of him coming back and try to prevent him from coming back, because he's so manipulative and can get in your head and control it, which is what Galadriel going on with her, which, I mean, her character, I love her character in the show. I hated her character in the movies. I thought she was just some random elf girl that was kind of creepy.
Still had the ring in the movies.
I was trying to see in The Hobbit if I could see on her finger, but I didn't see it. But I just thought she was like a creepy random elf. I didn't think she was anything great. And now she's a warrior. She led the what's the army of the North.
Yeah,
something led like them, and she's a great
warrior. Elrond is in charge of her, and she's his first lieutenant.
I don't really like Elrond in this show.
Okay, I like Elrond because he's like, he makes the most sense, and nobody listens to him. Like, these rings are influenced by Sauron. They 100% were.
I don't match up that actor to
what's his name?
See. Yeah,
the guy who plays Red Skull.
Yes, like I'm just like I don't see it. Like, I mean, his character arc is good, and
yeah, but the actor looks completely different. I agree with you. Galadriel's at least is pretty close, and then the High King, I don't even think he lives. But
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah. Well, how did I forget that?
Yeah, the High King kind of.
I don't like the High King.
He looks more like Elrond.
Yeah, but I don't like the High King. He's
and Elrond takes his place. Elrond becomes the High King, right?
I think so.
If I remember correctly.
Because Galadriel's nickname's like the Great Elf of the White North or something like that. I forgot what it was, but you have that, and then I think they still haven't touched on how orcs are created. And technically,
orc was always a species, I thought. And the Uruk are the elves that kind of, right? Because I mean, you got goblins, you have orcs, then you have the Uruks, which I think were elves and orcs mixed.
So I thought orcs and Urukai were just fallen elves that like
the first Uruks were making them fallen elves based off this show, from what I understood. But I always thought orc was its own, because when she calls him an orc, he always says Uruk.
Uruk, yeah.
Like, don't call me an orc, basically. I'm not an orc. And...
so Uruk-hai are offspring of orcs and men.
Orcs and men?
Yeah, but the Uruk... Okay, so yeah. So in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, orcs are a corrupted race of elves. So, because
they pulled the orc from that.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then they were bred by someone named Morgoth.
Yeah, he's the big bad that already got killed by the time this episode or the series started.
Yeah, and then Or turned savage in that manner. So
I guess in like other things where orcs are involved, not in Tolkien's world, they are a whole separate race.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's how they're made.
Oh, okay. So orcs speak a language called the Black Tongue, and Uruk in Black Tongue means orc. So the Urukai is like another species that evolves.
Hi, orcs.
And then the one Urukai shoots like 9 arrows into Faramir, or is it Boromir?
It's Boromir.
It is Boromir.
Faramir survives because he's cooler.
Yeah, he's the brother.
And Sean Penn always has to die. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, I think it's going in a really great direction. I'm really excited, and I hope this season ends before I leave, so I don't miss anything.
It's got 2 more episodes.
Oh, sweet.
I think it's only 8 episodes. And at least one's going to be a battle. You know that.
Oh, like a great battle?
Yeah, they're coming to.
Aragon.
Or whatever it is. It's Eregion. I mean.
Eregion.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
However the proper way of saying it is.
Honestly, it was crazy when Sauron cast that illusion spell, and he's everything's great.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's he's doing that. He's got to be doing that, and then it comes to us like, that's where you're like, he's powerful.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
he's like
I know he's done other stuff, but to get inside his head and to show him something else that everything's fine, it's crazy.
Nuts.
We also, I didn't like they killed Theo's mom off. The girl who liked the elf, who liked the reindeer.
Oh yeah, that's who died.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if it's she just didn't want to be in the show anymore. They just decided to kill her off, or if there was
they could have recast,
but I'm like, I just thought it was weird.
I think
why would you build up this character and then
might be a part of the story?
Could be. I mean, I'm curious what's Theo gonna like. You don't just have some random kid. Like, what's he gonna become?
He might be.
Is he gonna be one of the men that get a ring and
he might be just like
become the Witch King? Like,
or he might just.
Is he young Theoden? Like,
Yeah. What about Rohan though?
What about Rohan?
He might just be like the first resident of Rohan.
Yeah, he's Theoden.
Unbelievable.
Nah, he's got to be. I think he could be like the Witch King or something. I bet.
You think so? Like he will be the Witch King.
Why else would you have some random kid? And he did the whole blade thing in the first season.
What, for the Wild Men?
No, remember he took Sauron's blade and jabbed it into his arm so it could be made a sword.
Oh, you rewatched season 1?
Yeah,
I did not.
I told you I was going to.
No, I did not.
I have to. So it makes it work a lot better. But so he's kind of already got a attachment to Sauron based off of that, I think.
Yeah.
Because like I said, why else would you bring a random kid in and then kill his mom? Like,
and then Sauron's
he's got to have some kind of future part.
And you think Sauron's going to give him one of the 9 rings of men?
That or he's going to take it. Because I was thinking too, who are the 9 men that are going to get it? They've only introduced like 3 or 4.
Oh, you know who is going to take it?
No, I'm assuming. Because I'm assuming the dude from Numenor, the Jack Black guy.
Yeah.
like he just looks like he's going to get one.
Yeah.
I was thinking Isildur's dad, but I don't know. He seems too pure to want a power ring. Isildur's dad. I don't know the character.
Oh, the captain? No. He in the Fellowship of the Ring, in the intro, the father fought for Sauron, and then Sauron slayed him, and right after that, his son Isildur comes up and swipes the ring off of cuts his finger off. His dad was still good the whole time. His dad led the charge.
Yeah. I was saying he's
Sauron's
too pure
army.
of a character to do it. Yeah. But I'm just thinking of the men that they've introduced, and I haven't seen many. Like that's what I say, one basically. That 99% sure he's gonna get one.
Oh, Jack Black.
And then, so I'm assuming Theo's either gonna take one, or Sauron's just gonna be like, "Hey, you help me out. Take a ring," basically.
Yeah.
Power.
I
don't know. There's 9 rings to give out, so.
He did. Oh, and then Sauron said it. He said it. Celebrimbor is like, you'll be known as the Lord of the Rings, and I was like, oh, they said it. They said the title at the credits.
Could just ended the show right there.
That's right there. Lord of the Rings.
It's in the name.
Moving on before we get too wrapped up in this for like the next 20 minutes. Agatha All Along. The first 2 episodes premiered last week, and the next episode is going to come out tomorrow.
Tonight, I think. It's Tuesday.
Comes out Wednesday.
So it comes out Tuesday nights at 9.
Comes out on Wednesdays.
I think it comes out Tuesday nights at 9.
You can check your Disney Plus, but I just checked it because I was watching New Girl with Erica on Disney Plus, and it said Wednesday. Inside Out 2 also drops on Disney Plus tomorrow. Fun fact. My vanilla Coke. But, yeah, while you're looking that up, and then apologizing because I was right, I thought...
What's today?
Today's Tuesday.
The 24th?
24th, yeah.
Okay. Hey, look, you're right.
Thank you.
Hey, like I said, usually I do Tuesday nights at 9.
Yeah. Anywho.
Or maybe that's Star Wars. I guess Star Wars does Tuesday nights at 9.
Yeah.
Marvel's different.
So the first, 10 minutes of the episode, it threw me off, because I didn't think she would still be under the spell at the start of the show.
Well, that's the problem. I don't remember how she ended in WandaVision. It's been...
Yeah, Wanda kept
8
her
years
in
or so.
Westview.
How long has it been since WandaVision came out?
3 years, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's only been 3 years since WandaVision came out.
I thought it was been like 8 years.
No, it's been 3.
But, I mean, I haven't watched it since then, so I don't remember. I knew she messed her up, but I don't remember what happened to Agatha after that.
Yeah, and the Scarlet Witch just kept her trapped in the spell. So I guess it took until after Multiverse of Madness. A lot of people are saying she's just taking like a dirt nap, like it's really exhausting laying underneath rocks. Like, I don't think Scarlet Witch is dead.
I thought she teleported.
And she might not be dead.
Because she saw the poof. Like,
but she lost the Darkhold, for sure. So that's probably why the spell broke, not because she's dead. But, in the beginning they show the gurney with Wanda Maximoff. I think that's just like high hopes for the witches. I don't think she's dead. Well, we don't know. But
could be, could not. They can bring her back,
I also didn't think that Aubrey Plaza was like going to be the bad guy of the season.
Well, she might not be.
She
like that other coven of witches that were creepy as anything.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
Scurrying down the stairs in that second episode. Like, what in the world?
I'm so happy, and I almost forgot that they grabbed like the mom from that '70s show, and the fact that she like didn't even know she's a witch.
She's not a witch.
Yeah, she will be.
Well, after she goes down the road, probably.
Yeah.
She's just like, Agatha's like, nah, just come on, I need you. You like the garden.
She probably has an innate like witch. Like, she probably is a witch.
I think anyone could be a witch. It seems like.
Yeah.
You just have to do your spells or whatever. But she's just sitting there singing like. I don't really know the words.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So that first episode, it took a while. I wasn't digging the first episode.
Yeah, but then the second episode.
I like the second episode.
And it was pretty good.
Like, if they would have just done that first episode and then did a second episode, I think they would have lost a lot of viewers. Just if they did about one for the first week.
Well, it's a good thing they dropped both.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be... I'm like, the whole time this show's going to be every week's a different story of Agatha. Like, oh, she's a detective this week. Oh, now she's kind of
just like WandaVision, yeah.
It was old and it kept getting newer and newer.
Yeah, but they got rid of it. So
yeah, which is good. It's like, I'm not doing this. Get me out of this. Yeah. And yeah, so that little part.
It's kind of not much to talk about. I mean, we had theories, right? I think that kid, like, even though the bunny is technically it, I don't know if you know much about Agatha, but I think the kid is Nicholas Scratch. So, like, in WandaVision, the bunny is Nicholas Scratch. And the bunny still exists while the kid exists at the same time. I believe Nicholas Scratch is Agatha's son. And I think there's a curse on him. Like, either way, I think that kid is Agatha's kid. Probably.
I thought the kid was like a recast for one of Wanda's kids.
Huh.
You never know, but I don't think it's true, but it's just one of the thoughts that popped in my head is like,
that'd be cool too.
Like one of her kids, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Wiccan, right? Wiccan's one?
Yeah, Wiccan. Well, It still could be a witch. Yeah, no, we're not gonna get into that. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I liked it. Excited for it. I still haven't watched it, but there's a new trailer for. I was watching it earlier. And
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, Thunderbolts. I didn't get to watch it.
I saw like the first couple seconds and then I didn't have sound, so I was like, well, I need to watch it with sound.
Yeah, and then there's also somebody dropped like big news. I don't remember much from Falcon and Winter Soldier, but apparently there's this guy like Torres, something like that.
It's the new Falcon.
Yeah, it's confirmed now that he is the new Falcon.
Yeah, it was in the trailer. And he pretty much, I think Sam gave him his old wings in Falcon and Winter Soldier, if I remember correctly. But he was like one of his wingmen. I think at one time too. Pulled him from the Air Force.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in that. So like, yeah, Captain America, Brave New World will be coming out end of this year.
I hope not, because I won't be here.
I don't remember.
The one thing I am looking forward to is if they keep Tom Holland in the MCU all the way up until Doom. And then, like, I'm just waiting for the interaction where he's like, oh, like, Mr. Stark, I miss you. And then he's like, hey, Pete, I hate you 3000. Ready for that.
Yeah. They will keep him in MCU because that's why they wanted a young actor to keep playing him for a while.
He is now at the same age that Tobey Maguire.
Well, I know, but he looks like he's 12 still.
Yeah, but
he's engaged. He looks like he's 12. I mean, I love him as a Spider-Man. I think he's the best, like all around, Spider-Man and Peter. Where the best, one of the better, like Tobey was a good Peter. I don't really think he was that great of a Spider-Man. And then Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man,
but terrible Peter. And then Tom Holland's good at both.
Yes.
That's what I always thought.
Because Andrew Garfield he had the quips and stuff that, I mean, the one time he's like, oh, is that a knife? That's my one weakness. How'd you, I got you. Like, come on. Where Tobey Maguire, I don't remember too many quips.
It's pizza time?
Yeah, I mean, like, the main quip was like when he was in the ring with the wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice haircut. What do you say? I forget what it was.
Did your boyfriend
Did your mom make it or something?
No, it's something about he made a. And yeah,
it was funny, but I'm like, I don't remember too many of those from his movies. Yeah, it's been a while since I've really watched them, but
he wasn't really about being funny.
No, but Spider-Man is funny when he's.
And then Spider-Man 2, where he had like Spider ED essentially, because he couldn't web, he couldn't be Spider-Man.
My back.
But yeah, I'm excited a little bit for the MCU. I know a lot of people are kind of like trickling off because like the MCU is quote unquote dead since Endgame. But there are a lot of things I'm excited for. Thor 5. Excited for. Guardians. Excited for that.
I haven't seen many more updates yet besides the Avengers movies.
Well, they're introducing Sentry.
Yes.
In Thunderbolts.
Yes.
And I'm super excited for that.
Because originally the guy from Walking Dead was supposed to play him. Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Glenn. Oh, the
Asian guy.
Yeah.
He was supposed to play him, but scheduling conflicts or he didn't like something about it.
So they cast somebody else?
Yeah.
Who'd they cast?
I don't know. Some other dude.
Cool.
I don't know half these people.
Some other dude.
They get a bunch of like nobodies that you never hear of to play people nowadays.
They got Angelina Jolie to play in The Immortals.
Okay.
That's a big name.
That was like 5 years ago.
It was not a good movie.
Speaking of casting things. Back to Rings of Power. I was reading up on stuff. They were going to have Will Poulter play someone in the series. Who do you think they're going to have him play?
Will Poulter. Who's that again?
The guy who plays Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays in Weeds? Not Weeds.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was in
Shameless?
We're the Millers. No, you're thinking of Cameron Monaghan.
Oh, yeah.
Who was also Cal Kestis.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about.
Will Poulter, eyebrow guy.
Yeah, I know Will Poulter. Who do I think he's going to play?
No. It was for like the first series, the first season. He was cast to play someone, but scheduling conflicts and stuff, they had to recast.
Isildur?
No.
Theo? No. The Stranger?
No. I mean, if you keep guessing, you're going to run into it, but it was
Sauron.
Elrond.
Elrond? Oh!
That's what I saw. I'm like, I don't see him playing Elrond. That doesn't look like an Elrond to me.
Yeah, Elrond also wasn't a ginger elf.
No. But yeah, that was a little fun fact I ran into today when I was just researching Rings of Power, just, following up and making sure I understood most stuff, and ran into that and thought that was a funny little tidbit of information.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I just want Ian McKellen to come back eventually, because he said he would.
He probably will. Well, they're doing the Hunt for Gollum. The movie or TV show?
Hunt for Gollum.
Yeah.
Another?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Time out while we look it up.
Yeah.
Hunt for Gollum.
Oh, it's a 2009 film.
Yeah, but I thought they were...
Oh, it's a fantasy fan film.
Says Warner Brothers to release new Lord of the Rings movie, The Hunt for Gollum, in 2026.
Yeah. Oh, see? Sir Ian McKellen, because he was knighted, recently shared more about his possible return. He said in an interview, as long as I'm still alive and they want me, I will always play Gandalf.
I think him, Viggo Mortensen, Orlando Bloom, everyone's supposedly coming back.
There's no way Viggo Mortensen's coming back.
I'm fairly certain they're gonna have, because it's based with Aragorn, and there was some other stuff I read today.
They're gonna have to do some mad CGI.
There's some stuff I read today. It was in the Tolkien online little gateway, whatever. Is talking about how Aragorn had originally arrested Gollum and brought him to Rivendell or something, and he escaped, and I think Legolas was part of that. So it's they all kind of knew each other a little bit. So it would be a fun little movie thing.
Now, does that take place before The Hobbit or before Fellowship?
After Hobbit, but before Fellowship. It should be right before Fellowship.
Okay.
Because I think that's part of why they're running.
And why Aragorn is in, not Rivendell, that town.
Yeah, because I think he's trying to find the hobbits, or I don't know. He's doing something and that's why he was there, and they all ran into each other, and that's how it all kind of came to be. But yeah, that'll be another fun thing to watch. And everything,
but not the Gollum game, because that was terrible.
Yeah, I heard that was bad. Actually, I tried to find. Did you ever play Return of the King in Two Towers?
Are you kidding me? That is my favorite Lord of the Rings game. They were the best. Return of the King?
I was like, bro, come on. It's got to be on Xbox Marketplace. Oh, it's not.
I've been looking almost every other week.
You have to go buy an Xbox or PS2.
PS2. Yeah, Return of the King was my favorite PS2 game. Yeah, you can put in cheat codes to get stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, and yes, you buy all these upgraded moves to only use the same 3 moves with everybody. But, the characters were awesome. And even, in multiplayer, because you could play local 2-player.
Yes.
It's yeah, sure, Pippin wasn't there, but, you still get to play.
Yeah, but he was Pimpin' Pippin. That's what we called him. Me and my friends called him that.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to be Pimpin' Pippin. No one wanted to be Merry or Sam or Frodo. Wanted to be the other two.
And then you got to do the challenges of, Saruman and Sauron's Tower, or whatever it was.
And they had the, arena things where they had the waves come through.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, that was fun. Guess one of us is going to have to get a old system.
And we'll just play through it and do another review. It still holds up.
Graphic-wise, probably not, but gameplay, it doesn't get much better than that.
Dude, the game starts, you immediately play as Gandalf, and you're at...
Two Towers.
Yeah.
I played the Two Towers one. It wasn't as good. After I played the Return of the King one.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good. It was the same thing, basically, but just...
Oh, also you have to remember, during the campaign, they just pull scenes from the movie for the cutscenes. That's kind of fun.
Pulled scenes, and they even added, who you could unlock Faramir.
Boromir.
Was Boromir in it?
Yes. He's a bonus character.
Because I always want to be Faramir after we unlocked him. Just because you always have to fight over who's going to be Legolas, because, I want to be Legolas.
I always picked Aragorn. You kidding me?
Okay, then we're going to play, and I can play as Legolas.
That's fine. I'll be Aragorn. He's my favorite character.
But yeah, because getting to play, we'd always fight over who's Legolas, and no one wanted to be Gimli, because he had a little cool axe move where he twisted the axe around, and
I wouldn't know. I never used Gimli.
I think some of our friends had to do it. Because could you do 3 players or just 2?
Just 2. But you could play online. That was when PS2 Online started to be a thing, but nobody knew.
We just played local.
Yeah, so the way you were supposed to do it on PS2, now that I'm an adult and I comprehend thoughts.
You also didn't really have Wi-Fi back then, so.
It wasn't Wi-Fi. So you actually have to hook up a LAN cable from your dial-up connection to your PS2, and that's how. And then you have to have the disc to install the software onto your memory card. Like, it was a whole thing.
I'll just stick to local. Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, to be fair though, if they remastered it and then they made it cross-plat, we can just play it together.
I wish it was remastered, but I doubt it. It's been so long it won't.
God, that was such a good game.
But we also, you didn't play the Shadow of Mordor games.
I did.
You did?
I played the first one.
They're all right.
So
The second one's a little better because it's more like a tier-based thing where you have different orcs that come out.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't. No, I played Battle for Middle Earth.
Like the
RPG.
Yeah, where you just throw all your people kind of and control them.
Well,
Right.
it's like a party turn-based, like Pokemon. Like you pick an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that one.
Yeah. But like War of the North? I forget what is it called. It's one of those ones, but it's the newest Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah.
They're all right. It was fun because you kind of had the same stuff, but it was just
But
sneaking
it'll
around.
never be Return of the King.
No, it'll never be Return of the King. I'm bummed. I was looking yesterday. I was like, oh, let me see if it's out. And it's not. I was like, man.
I would come over every day until we beat the campaign. Like, I would play that.
It's not that hard. You could run through it almost in a day.
All you gotta do is use the right stick to swing your sword and just go crazy.
Because you always got to do the main 3 quests first, then you do Gandalf's quest, and then you do the Hobbits to finish it off. I don't care about the Hobbits.
It's mainly about Legolas, Aragorn,
Yes.
and Gimli's. Oh,
You just had to play that main one and just get all your XP and like a brilliantly done game.
it was very brilliantly done.
That's your work to do now. Go get a old system that we can play.
I have a PS1, but
That won't work.
no.
I'm sure there's a couple stores around here that might have a PS2. And that
Yeah,
game.
but how are we gonna find a copy of?
Well, the problem is, they might have the game too, but the problem is going to be your hookup to the TV.
Oh, you can buy a component.
Unless you got the converter. Because I was thinking one day, I was like, I should buy like a GameCube or something.
I have a GameCube.
You do?
Yeah. Wait, is the game out on GameCube as well?
Yeah, I played it on GameCube.
Do you have the disc?
No.
I have the console.
I don't have the disc, but we could maybe find the disc for.
I have one controller though, but you can buy one.
Can you use a Switch controller? You have your other?
No, that's USB plug-in.
Yeah.
I don't have the old GameCube hookup. Yeah, I didn't know it was on GameCube.
Yeah, all those were out at the same time. That's how my friends had Xbox. It's a refurbished one on Amazon for like $37.
Retro games, $26. eBay.
We can also check the store around here too. They might have it in there.
Oh, the game stores that I used to go to.
The one downtown.
The one, and there's also one on Rivers and at Tanger Outlets. It's the same
Oh
concept.
yeah, that one might have it too, but
Not the one on Tanger, but
the one downtown Somerville might have it.
on Rivers they might have it. Yeah, I'll bring that home, and if you can find a copy, I have a memory card too.
Our wives are gonna hate us.
Yeah, I mean, I already have the console, which is probably the most expensive thing.
I don't know. Sometimes the games are more expensive than the console.
But that seems pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
Because I remember NCAA football 14.
Yeah.
It'd be like $60. Right? What in the world?
And
Because it was the last one.
you just paid for that thing. Like, I can shell out $30 to get Lord of
the game.
Rings. Yeah, that'll be my goal for Saturday.
Do some research and see what we can do.
I mean, no, I think that'd be good. Good. Oh, you know what? I gotta help people move.
Yes, because you're bailing on the other event. The packing party.
Packing party. Oh, you're going to that.
Yes.
Right.
Whatever.
We can do it after.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But sorry, we got sidetracked.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That makes it fun.
So we have an idea. We should get Lord of the Rings, and then when I leave for patrol, I'll just bring it with me.
Bring your GameCube with you.
So I can play Lord of the Rings underway, and I will never stop playing it. The replayability on that game, once you beat it, you can play any levels, any character.
Yeah.
What if I just want to fight in Gondor as Frodo?
I want to go as Frodo against the undead.
I want to use Aragorn in the volcano of Mordor
Against some Golem. You need a Spartan move and just kick them off.
Now I'm scared though, because if we look at the graphics when we play, it's probably going to be really awful.
It's gonna be grainy, but it's the gameplay that I remember more than the graphics.
Gameplay was awesome.
It's a game that Really, there's been nothing like it.
Yeah.
I mean, Fable maybe's kind of similar.
Never played Fable.
You ever play Fable?
No, I never had an Xbox, brother.
Uncultured swine.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever play God of War?
Yes, because I had a PS4.
Oh.
I still do. You want it?
No.
It's a PS4 Slim. I don't play it anymore.
I'll sell it towards the PS5 Pro.
You don't need a PS5 Pro.
I know I don't. It's crazy. The $700 price tag is way too much.
Yeah.
It's literally only for more memory and slightly better graphics.
Like I said, you got to have a TV that can play those graphics.
Exactly. So I'm content with this. I mean, worst case scenario in the future, I might buy an upgraded M2 SD card to like get more memory. But that's it. Like I have no need.
No.
The only time I would buy a Pro is if they drop the price, and I didn't want to get rid of the PS4, but I do have the demo for PT, the Silent Hill game demo, and you can only play it on the PS4, and like you can't re-download it from the store. It doesn't exist. But it works. Because it's sitting on that thing right there, the little extended storage, but I can't play it on the PS5. So if I sell the PS4, I can't ever play PT ever again.
Well, unless you get a new PS4.
No, because...
You said it's downloaded on that thing.
Yeah. I guess I can keep it on that thing.
You just got to make sure to put it back if you sold it. Put it back where you got it.
No, you don't got to pull it off. You can just play it from the memory card on the PS4. Yeah, you just can't play it on PS5 for some reason. It's stupid.
Because PS5s are stupid. Go Xbox.
I have Street Fighter 6.
Yes, it's been flashing at us for the past
sorry.
hour.
So now would be probably a good time to end it off. It's been 45 minutes.
Nothing wrong with that. We get off on tangents and
that's true.
Everything. But we do thank you to everyone who listens.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to give us any kind of reviews, we like 5-star reviews. Helps us get our name out there. We're trying to grow our audience.
Be honest.
Get more nerds like us to listen in. Tell your friends.
Also good for positive feedback, or just feedback in general. Tell us what we could do better.
We're learning. We started this from scratch. Our wives laughed at us for wanting to do this. We're learning as we go. We change stuff, add stuff each time, and it's a process for us. So we appreciate everyone that's on the journey with us.
Yeah.
But we are on Facebook. I did set up a Twitter account, X.
Amazon.
I'm talking about to communicate.
Oh, you created more social media.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess
there's a Facebook page, Brothers in Beskar. There's a Twitter/X page, Brothers, the letter N, then Beskar, because there was too many characters.
Wow.
And we do have a Patreon too, but there's nothing really.
You made the Patreon?
Yeah, it's just reposts of the stories. There's not a membership, anything like that. We don't have enough people. Okay.
But if you want to listen to the podcast, we're on YouTube, Podbean,
Apple Music,
Amazon Podcasts,
iHeart. The only thing we're not on is Spotify because of the artwork. No, it's the artwork. It's too advanced for it, and
so we don't have to pay to put our
no.
Oh.
No, you don't pay to put anything on it. The artwork, it doesn't accept it. It's too high of a quality. So.
Oh, we'll just lower the quality.
Well, I do, but I have to have Canva for that. And my free trial ran out.
Just download another free trial through different email.
I can't.
Oh, wait, I can't talk about this on the stream. All right. We'll see you guys later. Next week, we'll talk about the new episode of Agatha All Along, Lord of the Rings, and...
We'll try to hit some more Star Wars stuff if there's any.
Yes, we didn't really talk about Star Wars at all today.
No, like you said in one of the previous episodes, Star Wars is kind of on pause right now, so we're limited on the stuff we do. We can talk about Star Wars, so that's why we hit the other nerdy stuff just to keep it going. And if there's any information, or we'll probably do some rewatches eventually of something and just kind of give our take on previous shows or movies and just kind of refresh our mind. We'll hit up on those, but yeah, in the meantime, we'll be hitting some of these other shows that are for us nerds and hopefully have everyone entertained.
All right. See you guys later. Thanks for listening to Brothers in Beskar.